Hello, students. Welcome to Maths with Vic. I'd like you to like and subscribe and share the video to those that you know. So today we are going to be looking at indices, and we're going to be looking at the laws of indices. So I've already tested like 9 laws of those indices here, and we are going to be talking about them one after the other. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is when you have um, multiplication power, when you have the same base. First thing that you need to know, when you have like a raised to power n, n is known as the exponent, exponent of power. So this is the base. Call this one the base. So when you have a number, when you have a raised to power n, multiplied by a raised to power m. So it's going to be a raised to power m plus n. For example, you are given 5 raised to power 2 times 5 raised to power 3. So what you are doing is that you add the power, meaning that when you are given a question, when the base are equal and you have to multiply it and have different power, all you do is you add the power. That's all. But you need to understand in this case also, when you have something like 2x raised to power 3 multiplied by 3x raised to power 2. You have to understand that the 2 and the 3 are not equal. So you have to multiply those out, which is 2 times 3. Then you now take the s that are the same base and add their power, 3 plus 2, which will give you altogether 6x raised to power 5. You get that part? Okay, so that is the first law we are going to be looking at. The second one is under division, meaning that when they have the same application, you have the same base. That means you have n raised to power m divided by n raised to power m. So what you do is that you subtract the power. You subtract the power. So for example, you have 5 raised to power 7 minus 5 raised to power 2 is equals to um is equals to divided, remember, is equals to 5 raised to power 7 minus 2, which will give you 5 raised to power 5. This can also in the form of quotient form, meaning that you can have 5 raised to power 8 divided by 5 raised to power 3. It's still the same thing. It's going to be 5 raised to power 8 minus 3, which will still give you 5 raised to power 5. You get it? So the thing can also be in that format where you have 36x raised to power 5 divided by 6x raised to power 2. Remember, you have to do the division of the numbers. So you have 36 divided by 6, you have 36 divided by 6, and you now have x raised to power 5 minus 2, which will now give you 36 divided by 6, 6x raised to power 3. So you have to understand that under this power of um, division, or you're able to get that one. So we have power to power, another law called as power to power law. When you have something like this, n m raised to power a, and we have outside b is going to be m a b, while the a will multiply the b, meaning that when you have, I'll show you a very quick one. When you have let us say x raised to power 2 multiplied by 3. The same only will affect x raised to power 2 times 3, which will give x raised to power 6. Now, another law again, which is now combined power law, is known as combined power law. When you have something like a, b raised to power n, is going to be a raised to power n and b raised to power n. So, for example, when you have 2x squared in brackets 3, it means that everybody is going to have their own. It's going to be 2 raised to power 3 and x uh, 2 times 3, which will give you 8x raised to power 6. So you need to understand that one. So another one is another one is zero index. Is known as zero index. Zero index means when you have n raised to power 0, or whatever raised to power 0 is 1. If I have 2x squared over 5x raised to power 0. Once you see anything raised to power 0, know it's 1. I love this law because it's my favorite law to make use of. So another one we are going to be talking about is what negative index. Negative index means that the power is negative. So we have like a raised to power minus 1 is going to be 1 over a. So example to this, when you have 5 uh, raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over 5. So when you have 5x raised to power minus 1 is the same thing as 1 over 5x. But note this, 5x raised to power minus 1, this one is 5 times 1 over x, which will give you 5 over x. So you must be careful not to see something negative and you do the otherwise. This also implies when you have 5x raised to power minus 3 is the same thing as 5 times 1 over x raised to power 3, which will now give you 5 over x raised to power 3. So another law that we are going to be familiar with, because you must have proper knowledge of all the laws. Another one that you should make use of is when you have a fraction index. Fraction index, meaning that the indices have a fraction. So let me say we have x over y. So it is always going to be uh, roots of y a raised to power x. So I'm going to simplify because there are two laws here. For example, if I have 4 raised to power half is the same thing as square root of 4, which will give me 2. But if I have 4 raised to power 3 over 2, the what is down is going to be what the root will be. So I'll have square root of 4 raised to power 3, which will give me 2 raised to power 3, which will give me 8. Okay, so if the reverse is the case, let us say I have 8 uh, raised to power 2 over 3 is now going to be cube 8 roots. 3 will now be here. Then whatever I get, I'll square it, which will still give me 2 raised to power 2, which will give me 4. So you must understand uh, um, these laws because it will help you to understand something. So I have that means that if I have 5 um, x raised to power half is the same thing as 5 times square root of x. Okay, which will give you 5 with x. So if I have a case where you have 5 x of 5x raised to power 3 over 5 is going to be 5 multiplied by fifth root of x raised to power 3. So we have been able to talk about most of the laws, most of them. We have talked about practically almost all of them. So it's important that you know this. The next video I'll be posting how we apply combination of these laws to solve equation. So it's important that you understand these laws very well because it will be used to solve equation. Equation will be given to you where you have to make use of all of them. Um, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for all these videos.